It was a nice day.
Welcome everybody, welcome. How are we doing? Had some digital issues here at the pirate ship. Hope everybody's well. We've got a really good show for you tonight. Lots of information as always. Yeah, okay, let's get into it. It's nearly New Year. Welcome everybody. Let's do it.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
My name is Hugo de Garris. It's a Frenchy sounding name. I'm a professor of computer science and mathematical physics at a Southeast Chinese university. I have a 4-year contract there to build China's first artificial brain. Artificial intelligence today, in terms of broad general intelligence, we're not talking about AI, we're talking AS, artificial stupidity. We still have a long way to go. The basic problem is the brain scientists haven't taught us yet what exactly intelligence is. We still don't really know. Neuroscience is still crawling. It hasn't even learned to walk yet.
Don't look at me. Probably someone in my office.
This video I made this video today. It took me about I think about half an hour. Okay, check it out, you're gonna love it. This is one of my favorite videos. First edit, check it out.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
It's Friday. Turn it up. I'm in a good mood. Let's do it. We've got a really good show tonight.
Final ride. Armageddon will begin. The final combat. It's what we've been working towards since we rebelled. We are the fallen. Never forget that.
Well, it's not the sort of thing you forget.
Here they come from District 12, our favorite, well.
and we are beginning tonight with this show tonight, where it's a title. Yeah, it's really good. It's I'll look into Antarctica again. I cannot find the thumbnail. As always, you should see my screen, guys. Anyway, welcome to everybody. I'll just check the chat now while I've got a chance. Mr. Obvious, welcome. Dog Nangle, Emil, welcome. That Andy Pandy 33, big ups. Jason Marshall, how you doing? Non-conformista, welcome. OGB, good to see you. Sail Away, welcome as always, all the regulars. Yes, so let's continue. Let's get straight into it. This is continuing the series, Biosphere Earth, what do we actually live on? All this information about Antarctica, and I think it's a distraction, but we're still going to look at it because there is something there. That whatever it is, there is something there. So let's get into it. We're going to play the first clip.
Can't handle the truth.
See you in a bit.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
This planet
God
is
created the
ours.
heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form, and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good.
Many people have covered various aspects about Cern. To date, I've yet to see a video that covers who is funding this machine. The machine that gave birth to the internet, that changed everything we knew about technology. It changed everything that we thought was possible. It brought a world together as one, trapped inside its web. Now you have a world so addicted to the delusion it has created. Now you have a world immersed into its matrix. The truth is, Cern already controls you. Just look at your mobile phone, open up Facebook, and become entrenched in an abyss with billions of different directions, impossibly difficult to navigate. They want you inside the matrix, trapped there forever and ever and ever. Who is funding this machine that has led to depression, anxiety, mental illness, mental enslavement? Who has funded this endless pornography machine? Who would ever want millions of people to fall into the spider's web? A willing victim of a kill. The answer won't surprise you when I tell you who is behind this. They don't just want you trapped. They want you enslaved in a matrix of numbers, images, infinite data to overstimulate your mind. Then they can control you, because they can control everything inside the spider's web. The end goal of the Matrix is really quite simple. It's to keep you inside of it. The only way out of the Matrix is even simpler, and that is Jesus. They know this, and that's why they hate him so much. Before we discuss the Rockefellers and their contributions to Cern, I want to start off with some background information. A a lot of the funding for CERN comes from taxpayers in various Western countries. That's correct. You might have helped to finance CERN simply by paying taxes. CERN scientists have received hundreds of grants and endowments from governments all across the world, totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. While the price of CERN's annual operation is unknown, the entire machine's construction and upkeep totals billions upon billions of dollars. So where's the money coming from? The truth is that while many governments have assisted funding CERN, there have been several private donors involved as well. CERN is constantly having to raise money in order to continue operating its experiments, as they appear to be searching for the dark universe. This requires billions of dollars. CERN has a fundraising arm that collects private donations from wealthy contributors all across the world. Not unsurprisingly, CERN is heavily supported by the Rockefeller family dynasty, not just financially, but also through scientists who work for Rockefeller University, which is owned by the Rockefeller family. We know for a fact the Rockefellers are actually sending scientists over to work at CERN. Two of these scientists are Robert Jastrzewski and Sebastian White. Jastrzewski's bio states that he's hunting for supersymmetry and the dark universe at CERN, and has been instrumental in the CMS experiment, which has discovered several new subatomic particles. Sebastian White studied under a man named Leon Lederman, who wrote a book about the God particle in 1993, long before this particle was discovered. It should be noted that this book, written by Leon Lederman, appears to be a piece of predictive programming for the masses about a discovery that would happen 2 decades after the writing of the book. We're always talking about predictive programming found in music videos, in movies, in many things that Hollywood does. But very few people talk about predictive programming found in books. That's the point of my channel, is to uncover the secrets that are contained inside of books. Speaking of books, 2 books document the intimate involvement of the Rockefeller Institute in CERN's experiments. One book is called Quark Structure of Matter, and another is called The History of CERN Part 3. Both of these books suggest Rockefeller scientists have played major roles in the discovery of subatomic particles at CERN. More importantly, who controls the massive amount of money transferred to CERN? The Rockefellers do. In fact, they control all of the money that is being transferred from the United States to Geneva, Switzerland. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. A non-profit charity called the King Baudouin Foundation, which is based at 10 Rockefeller Plaza in New York City, funnels all donations to CERN that are made by private donors within the United States. The founder of this charity, King Baudouin of Belgium, was a personal friend of Nelson Rockefeller, who's the brother of David Rockefeller. It is also known that the Rockefeller Brothers Fund, which is a non-profit charity run by David Rockefeller, contributes huge amounts of money directly to the King Baudouin Foundation, totaling millions of dollars in donations. There is an absolute connection between the money behind CERN and the Rockefeller family. We know CERN.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
They have said publicly that they are looking for the dark universe, though some have doubted their claims and think that they're looking for something else. In my opinion, I believe the term dark universe might be a cloaked phrase with an alternative meaning. According to CERN, it is believed that the universe is mapped out like a cosmic tree. The universe is shaped like a tree, and much of that tree is made up of dark matter. Only the buds of the tree are lit up as light matter.
The researchers here are looking for what they call dark matter, thought of as a cosmic tree, from which our galaxies, shown in pink, grew like blossoms. So how long before they discover the first hard evidence for it?
CERN is trying to discover the contours of this cosmic tree. I believe they are looking for the tree of life, though they will not find it. They're going to find death, destruction, and ruin. They're going to open up something that will usher in the end of days. I would say this in conclusion. Cern plans a major announcement this year. Already, scientists have come out and said that this announcement will usher in a new golden era of particle physics. They appear to have discovered something. A new golden dawn is coming, according to Cern. And trust me when I tell you, you do not want to be a part of it.
The world's most powerful particle accelerator. The Large Hadron Collider will reopen today after 3 years of being shut down for improvements. Scientists around the globe are hoping that the upgraded machine, which is massive, will be able to detect new particles and start a physics revolution that could forever change our understanding of the whole universe.
Don't look at me.
Science correspondent.
Probably someone in my office.
It's like a medieval castle. You had to have like a winding road to get there.
Deep underground, Dr. Marcello.
See people like this, people like these scientists, they are dangerous. They are very dangerous, honestly. Yeah, we're gonna watch something and comment through it. But these scientists working at Cern, looking for this dark matter, antimatter. It's very dangerous. We shouldn't be doing it.
Bonner shows me into the heart of the Large Hadron Collider.
So this is the first time I'll have seen the detector, and wow, it just looks incredible.
This planet
7,000 tons of intricate engineering, built to detect minute particles created by atoms crashing together.
This is one of the best positions because it really shows you all the
It's huge.
majesty of this detector, isn't it? Yeah.
Majesty is the word. This is the detector that was responsible for one of the most important breakthroughs in science, the discovery of the Higgs boson. It's just been upgraded, and the hope is it'll discover more particles that are completely new to science.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
It could transform our understanding of the universe.
We are looking actively for a lot of new phenomena. Dark matter, for example, we can look directly for dark matter.
Could this be one of the biggest discoveries ever in physics?
I'd say yes. I'd say it might be. Yes, indeed. It's the majority of the universe that is made of this dark matter, and we have, at the moment, no clue what it is. So yes, absolutely, that would be incredible.
Dark matter is shown here in purple in this simulation, sprawling across the blackness of space. The bright areas are galaxies, stars and planets, which make up just a tiny fraction of the universe. The researchers here hope to produce dark matter particles by accelerating the inside of atoms close to the speed of light around a 27-kilometre ring and then crashing them together.
This is what compresses the magnet when it actually...
These are the giant magnets that steer the particles around the ring and focus them into a narrow beam. They've been improved too, so that there'll now be double the number of collisions, which will greatly increase the chances of finding new particles.
For all the physics that we've done since the startup of the LHC, the last 10 years, we'll be able to actually get the same amount of data in the next 3 years as we did in those 10 years. And there is also the chance that by both increasing the energy of the LHC, which we've done slightly, and in seeing more of these collisions, that there is something else out there to be discovered.
The electronics has also been upgraded to keep up with the increased data. Researchers here are also hoping to get confirmation of a new fifth force of nature.
I've been hunting for the fifth force for as long as I've been a particle physicist, and maybe this is the year. This would upend the field. It would be the biggest discovery of the Cern LHC. I think the biggest discovery in particle physics since bigger than the Higgs.
The particles that are created are going in every direction.
The researchers here are excited about what the newly upgraded Large Hadron Collider could achieve. It could help them make discoveries that would lead to the greatest shift in our understanding of the universe since Einstein's theories more than 100 years ago. Palab Ghosh, BBC News, at the Large Hadron Collider on the Swiss-French border.
No bullshit, man. Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Bullshit! You said it's all bullshit!
Welcome. It's Friday. It's EKoM Friday. How? Right, so we're back. Let me just get my webcam. There we go. Yeah, that first clip's amazing. It was actually from one of my previous episodes, about over a year ago, I think. SHiVA Antarctica and something else. So anyway, hope everybody is good. My mic is just not quite right tonight. Just 1 second, please. That better volume? Yeah, that's better. Right, a bit too much. Anyway, so welcome everybody. Sail away to. So I'm just looking. Doug Nangle, Red Bull Vodka. Good to see you. What we got? We've got some more information about Cern. Let's stick to Cern at the moment. We're actually gonna. I watched. I caught a Jimmy Dore live show last night, and it was I caught a Jimmy Dore live show last night, and it was with Alex Jones, and it was, do you know what, it was amazing. It was actually really good. Couldn't rewind it, but I hit record on OBS, so hopefully I'm loud enough on the mic now, I think. Anyway, hit record, and I've got the recording for you because he went into talking about what the spectrum that we see through our eyes, yeah, and all the other frequencies that we don't see, all the other interdimensional, interspectral monsters, things. Remember I was talking about the night vision goggles, these night vision goggles where in Vietnam, and people were seeing demons and winged humans flying around and stuff. And it was really good, so we're going to play that in a bit as well. But yes, we will. We'll keep on the Cern subject for now. Yeah, I've got a lot of clips to show you tonight. We're also going to be talking about Lucifer and the Well of Souls, and this AI weird interactive game. I think it's on YouTube actually, and it's got people in the game, right? It's just weird, right? It's got people in the game, and they're saying like, "I'm from Oklahoma. Get me out of here. I want to find a way out of this game." And it's talking about this. It talks about the theory of them hijacking our antenna, our DNA, and these people that have died recently, that died over the last few years, they're now in this fucking game, and it's nuts. Honestly, it's really nuts. So yeah, it's interesting. We're going to be talking about the Germans, Antarctica. Very interesting. Meanwhile, just let me get a bit through news. First, got a little bit of news from lovely Great Britain, where I am at the moment. The weather. It's like fucking horrible, I've got to say. Yeah, it's really not very nice outside. And I'll just play the clip first.
That happened once before. When Jesus in Matthew 24 says, as it was in the days of Noah, he's talking about when there was once a hybrid age. There is going to, at the end times, be another hybrid age that will be similar, in which humanity, as it was designed by God, will be corrupted, and so will animals and life, all of which we're seeing happening all over the world right now. Transgenic food, genetically modified organisms, human-animal chimeras, not just of the embryonic hypersonic level, by the way, now being promoted by the Chinese government and others to be raised to full maturity for the purposes of harvesting organ xenotransplantation.
So I just wanted to point that out because the weather, sorry, the music's a bit loud. The weather, let me just check the rehearsal stream. Good numbers tonight, 38 watching. We've skipped past that, 33 straight away. How about that? It is Friday. It is EKoM Friday. What date is it? It's the 29th, I think, 29th. Anyway, my chat isn't moving on YouTube. Don't know what's going on with it. Anyway, yeah, there we go. Too quiet. Right, the mic should be better now. It's full red on my the mic's full red. Let me know if my mic's okay, guys. Again, maybe it's from earlier, but it should be fine. It's yeah, it should be fine. It's red. I've got red here. Caroline Elliott, welcome. I think I've seen you before in the chat. How you doing? Audrey B, let me know if the mic's okay, guys. Tree climbing Matt, how are we doing? Good to see you. Kyle Rattigan also, welcome. Yeah, let me know in the chat, guys, if anybody's ordered a bigger boat yet, and if my microphone's okay, please. So yeah, let's get into the next clip. Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much, Tree climbing Matt. Got a lot. Let's continue with Cern because oh, before we go, the weather. There's been people freezing in the cars in Scotland and all sorts of shit, right? And it's all created by them. Then they turn the power off. There's power cuts everywhere. It's fucking nuts, man. It's like they're so evil. Honestly, what they are doing, they are fucking nuts. They're really evil bastards. I think everybody agrees with me. Next clip, run VT. Some more madness from Cern. Are they conjuring digital Satan? They're bringing Matt Jones. Welcome, brother. How we doing? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Blessings to everybody. because it's exactly that. And let me just make sure my mic is... My mic, yes, it should. Do you know what, my mic, let me just check actually my mic might be turned down a little bit. Tiny bit, yeah, that's probably better. That's probably too loud now. That's about right, yeah. That should be good. Anyway, where am I? That's not working. There we go. So, yeah, we want to talk a little bit about the episode I'm doing tonight, and it's, you can go away. Here's the thumbnail here, and it's the ice cube neutrino detector in Antarctica. Number 58, we're ticking through the episodes at the moment. So, this meme on the... I hope I'm not too loud now. On mic. Yeah, anyway. Nigel Betts, welcome. White Knight, good to see you in here. Also, Red Bull vodka. I wouldn't mind some Red Bull vodka right now. Anyway, anybody have friends that just like at work they don't drink tea? Do you ever meet people that don't drink tea or coffee, and they just drink they just don't drink tea or coffee? I think that's amazing. I don't get it, honestly. Really don't get it. So anyway, Bluebeam, Caroline Elliott mentions in the chat, they could be doing all sorts of stuff, honestly. They've got all the tools, they've got all the technology. And do you know what, this is why I do what I do, because people that live in this world and think everything's fucking normal, they need to get a grip, honestly. We're going to be looking at the Well of Souls later, because if you don't believe what's going on right now, if you think everything's normal, everything's happy, everything's fucking normal, then you're going to end up in this Well of Souls in this fucking video game. We're going to be talking about those, do you remember those tests they put up your nose? We're going to be talking about them later on with DNA and stuff, and it gets nuts, honestly, it gets fucking nuts. It does. Arnie, what do you think?
Run! Go! Get to the choppers!
Come on, don't bullshit me. Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Bullshit! You sell some! It's all bullshit!
Bullshit! Bullshit! His dad was an SS officer. I mean, these Germans, and it's funny, like, even the stuff in the Middle East at the moment, it got me thinking today, like, what's that actually got to do with the Germans and what they found in Antarctica and all that sort of stuff? Because it's really fascinating. Because the Germans set up all of the three-letter agencies in America, etc. And like, but Israel have this, the four-letter word begin with Z. These people, they have some real power. And it's funny, man. It's tricky to work out who's really at the top, or is it just digital Satan? Anyway, let's continue. Next we're going to play, we've played that Cern one, yep. What else we got? Let's play this clip again, because this is very true. Let's play this. This is a guy, actually, Hugo de Garis. Very interesting character. Check this out. He's you know Ray Kurzweil from Google. Ray Kurzweil, is a psycho guy. This clip is Hugo de Garis works with Ray Kurzweil. Hugo de Garis, this clip we're about to watch, right? Hugo de Garis, British guy, lives in Hong Kong, works for a Chinese university, developing. Wait one sec. My stove needs to be turned up. But Hugo de Garis quit this Chinese university you're about to watch because he was having fucked up nightmares, absolutely crazy nightmares, of about AI robots taking over. And look what he does, right? Check this out, it's nuts. Hugo de Garis, got 2 clips from this guy, very interesting.
This issue is going to dominate our global politics this century. This is the issue that will colour the century.
Leaving?
There's more computing capacity in a little grain of sugar when it's nanotech, 1 bit per atom and flipping back and forth in femtoseconds. There's more computing capacity in that grain of sand than our human brain by a factor.
Morning, Rachel. How you doing?
So these machines, if we, humanity, if we decide to build them, we're building gods. My name is Hugo de Garros. It's a Frenchy-sounding name. I'm a professor of computer science and mathematical physics at a Southeast Chinese university. I have a 4-year contract there to build China's first artificial brain. Artificial intelligence today, in terms of broad general intelligence, we're not talking about AI, we're talking AS, artificial stupidity. We still have a long way to go. The basic problem is the brain sciences haven't taught us yet what exactly intelligence is. We still don't really know. Neuroscience is still crawling. It hasn't even learned to walk yet. It talks. Where am I critical on Ray's point of view? Well, I think he's a bit naive in the sense that he doesn't give enough consideration to the possible negative consequences of these developments. His raison d'etre, his reason for living, is to create inventions that help humanity. So for him to hear somebody like me saying, well, these inventions may end up causing the worst war that humanity's ever had, freaks him out. He doesn't want to hear such things.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I think we may just need an ark. It's a good job I've got a boat, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, welcome to Cheech McDuck. Also makes a late entry on the pitch. Smashes a goal. I watched Vinnie Jones' series on Amazon. It's like a Clarkson thing. It's actually alright. But you wonder about Vinnie Jones. He's quite an interesting guy. Obviously worth a lot of money as well. And yeah, it's quite. So I've actually spent the last week setting up my PC, setting up Optimus Prime. So all my clips are in actual folders now, all my jingles, I know where everything is now. I had to rename everything. It took a lot of doing, but it's worth it and it's good. Now I've got everything sorted. We have many clips now. This might work well actually. Let me just, Vinnie Jones anyway, interesting character. I'm just going to play this, talking about the royal family, Max Spears, all this technology, talking about the Germans. Check it out.
A lot of the people in positions of power now, certainly all the Bush family, which are actually the Bauer family, which are actually German Nazi family. So when you had Project Paperclip, I don't know if you know what that is, but Project Paperclip was when at the end of the so essentially we didn't win the Second World War as it says in the textbooks. What actually happened is that they went underground and then made it appear that they had lost, so that they could go underground, continue with the work through Project Paperclip. They took all of their top scientists, military strategists, and placed them in South America and North America. In 1947. 1947 seems to be a major key date for them because so you have the Roswell incident happen.
Operation High Jump 1946, it's obvious.
Then you have the NSA at the end of that year beginning then, and you have Aleister Crowley dying on that year. And I think this all has something to do with a ritual that was done which is connected to Hubbard and Scientology and Jack Parsons.
That escalated
Not
quickly.
everyone knows who Jack Parsons is. Jack Parsons was a genius rocket scientist who was working in Southern California at JPL Laboratories, which is known as Jet Propulsion Laboratories, but in truth, it means Jack Parsons Laboratories. What he was trying to do was find out the ultimate weapon to be created. And what they were using, he was using fetuses and using nuclear technology and fetuses from baby fetuses at the same time and combining them together. So they essentially wanted to have at the end a combination of ritual, black magic, and technology used at the same time, and that would be the ultimate weapon. And essentially we've got that going on now. So I was saying earlier when Sarah was speaking, any of the outer heads, any of the outer rulers that we're seeing at the moment, any of the prime ministers, any of the aristocracy are only the outer heads. So certainly for the British rulership, if you look at the symbol, you'll see a crown, and very, very often through the crown there'll be a sword, which is the Templars' way of telling you that they rule behind, in the shadows, behind the aristocracy.
You'll see the Order of the Garter, Prince William. Prince William, this crown we're talking about, this crown with the serpent, I'll bring up some photos in a bit as well. But it's all over everywhere, it's all over the royals, it's all over them. Even, where is she? You know, you got this one here. Oh, Queenie, she's popped it. But Queenie hangs around with this guy. We all know this guy. Actually, do you know what? I've got a clip from this guy. If you live in the UK, you will not like this clip. I just want to throw them in there because it's all valid. This crown, the serpent. Oh, I thought my mic was off there. God. This crown, the serpent. There's so much part of it. It goes so deep, it's nuts. I can't find the clip I was going to play, actually. I've got so many clips. This is a problem with OBS. I wish you could see what I see. Anyway, let's continue with that one for now. Let's finish this off first. I'll come back.
The Saxe-Coburg-Gotha line, which usurped the British throne, which they called themselves the Windsors, that certainly isn't their name. They're a German family who, Victoria was the first one, came and stole so they're Germans. They've been German for the last 120 years. So Germany really is at the rulership of this country, and they are still today. They've just done it subversively, and they've just done it underneath the radar. And what in their mind, what better way to do it is than to disappear and then get everybody in a comfortable position where we think everything's all right, and then hit in the last second, which I think is really what's going on now. They're not able to hide themselves as much as they could do anymore because of the frequency of the planet raising. They can't hide anymore as they used to be able to.
It was hard, just like...
That's why I want to show that. Where am I? One sec, guys. Do you know what? The technology tonight is not being nice, honestly. OBS crashed. I can feel it, honestly. This happened a while ago, the last time I did an episode about Cern and stuff like that. Sometimes it depends on the topic you talk about, but the technology starts acting up. OBS stalled right after I hit live. I went to go live. OBS stopped, froze. Had to shut it down, start again. This always happens, man. I tried doing an episode with Mark Pajerski last year, and my mouse has just stopped working. No, it's not now. Anyway, it's really weird, man. Just reading the chat. Anyway, where Bishop Matt, welcome. I hope you're okay, mate. Anyway, yeah, it's this technology is weird. I just tried to play a video and it didn't load up of the royals. And the question is about the Germans and what we're going to get into now. We're going to look back at Antarctica, because you've got like islands named after the royals all down there. This picture you see, where is it? This picture? No, that's Tomorrowland. I think they go in there. and we're paying for it. Same theory as God Veg has. You know, I think we live on a massive planet. Maybe that's like, well, that's not Earth. That's not the best photo to show, but you all know what I mean. So let's get into the next clip. Yeah, there's a little clip about CERN actually before we finish.
I'm John Hart.
These are two scientists, right? Two scientists at CERN, and it's just showing what they're doing. I think it's an absolute LARP. Honestly, I think they're taking the piss. I think we're paying for everything. They're building a future world outside this realm, etc., etc., etc. You all know what I mean. It's nuts.
Here they come from District 12, our favorite, well, or my favorite.
Hi, I'm John Hart.
I'm Yuya.
And we are Ice Cube's winter uppers. We've been living and working at the South Pole for the last 11 months to take care of Ice Cube and make sure it stays up and running.
Hello, and welcome to the South Pole. What you're seeing here are the colors of our stunning sunrise, which happens just once per year. We're sorry we can't be with you live today, but due to how the satellite works, it is actually very difficult to stream consistently. In this shot, we've gone a little bit back in time. In the foreground, you can see the flags of the signatories to the Antarctic Treaty flapping in the wind, surrounding the ceremonial South Pole. The background, you can see the station, which we'll get to in just a minute. And even further back, you can see the moon, which looks a little bit yellow because the shot is so exposed, but it is the moon, I promise. You see here an aerial view of the station.
You know what? Are we going to get to above 50 viewers tonight? You know, you all watch my channel. You all know how much I'm like manned. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder if we're going to get above 50 viewers tonight. Above 42 I've got here now. We continue.
And the long side of the E is where general station activities take place. Off to the right, out of frame, is our clean air sector, and near the front of the frame is the backyard, as we call it, which we use for logistics, storage, whatever you can think of. It's the biggest freezer in the world. We're going to get to see a little bit of the inside of the station now. What you're seeing here is the galley, which is sort of a central gathering point for all kinds of people. And what you're seeing right now is actually Yuya and I getting ready to talk some stuff over and prep for our trip out to the ICL. The galley is actually a wonderful place. The staff there serves us delicious food of huge variety, and there's always something to do and somebody to talk to there. In the summer, there are more than 150 people on station sometimes. In the winter, there are just 42. But the galley always comes through and everybody gets a meal. And indeed, we even do special events for holidays and other things. It's actually really nice when you're down here and you're missing your family. Oh, and there are always cookies available, whenever you want. Which can be unfortunate. Sometimes they're a little bit too available. The galley is ringed by windows, as you can see here, and anytime there's even a little bit of light outside, we have the covers off, and we can actually see the sun moving horizontally. It would move from the right to the left in this frame. When there isn't any light outside, we have Aurora cameras up top of the station, and so we can't have any light spilling out onto the snow and interfering with that experiment, so we actually cover the windows. Other things in the galley include this main table where we sit, and in the back you can see the galley scroll, which tells us important things about the station. Right now it's telling us that the internet isn't currently up, but will be soon, and it can also tell us things like the temperature. And as you may have heard, it can get somewhat cold at the South Pole. We've decided what we want to do, and now it's time for us to gear up and get ready to head out for the day. To do that, we put on our ECW, or Extreme Cold Weather gear. You can see we've already started with the iconic...
Do you know what? Non-conformist is right. It's ridiculous. They've subtitled it. They have... They you know, everything they try and teach us and stuff, it's like they think they're teaching the kids. I mean, most of the population are child. They are, well, not thinking for themselves. You know, this photo This photo with the meme on the right of the lizard pouring the chemicals into the river supply is so true. It's so analytically, parabolically fucking true, honestly. Like, yeah. We'll play a bit more, and then I've got some really good, actually. A Russian documentary on Antarctica, and it's really interesting because they show more than even I've seen. I'm pretty much an expert on Antarctica. I know a lot about it, and they even show you more than what I've saw a few new things in it. So we've got a good documentary to watch right after this clip.
As we exit the station, we come through the so-called Hercules door. All exits to the station use this heavily insulated door so that we're not wasting heat. We have a finite amount of fuel here at the South Pole, and we don't want to waste it. All of our electricity and heat down here comes from burning the jet fuel that we get, called AN8. We go through several 100,000 gallons a year, most of which is dragged here in bags on what is called the Traverse. The Traverse is a 900-mile tractor pull from McMurdo all the way to South Pole Station. As we start our walk to the dark sector, you will see two kinds of snow. On the right is what we call groom snow, relatively packed down, nice to walk on. On the left is ungroomed snow, snow that the wind has been shaping for quite some time. And what?
Right, I'm not going to play anymore. This is so simple, fucking shit. It's so like the tone to kids. I'm not going to play it all. So this next clip is particle pursuit of a journey of deep underground neutrino. Sorry.
Okay.
This next video is these two guys, let me just skip a bit more. They're just showing you what they do. It's an absolute laugh. I mean, they probably work 2 hours a day. They're on a stupid salary. We pay for it. We fund it. Look, these are some nice pictures of Cern. This is where the Ice Cube project is. The Ice Cube project is this. Let me find a picture. The Ice Cube project. Actually, this is a really interesting picture. Just to get distracted, but this is apparently a picture of a face in Antarctica. Fascinating. If it's true, is it true? We don't know. But again, is it all distraction? Like I talk about. There's something definitely in the North Pole. This North Pole thing is, I'm just trying to find a good picture of the Ice Cube project. Also, this is a very interesting subject. The Black Sun, Vril, big up to Emil. The Black Sun is a fascinating subject. It goes into the Hollow Earth theory, which we will be looking at in this documentary I'm going to play in a minute. Black Sun is a very interesting subject. Let's roll the next video because that's a load of shite.
Okay, so we're about to start. Cern's going to give me a cue.
Right, so they're just showing you a load of of their tech, what they're doing. I mean, it is they are doing something serious down there. The amount of concrete blocks that are there. I work in construction. I pick these blocks up with a digger sometimes at the airports, and they're bloody heavy. So I've no doubt that they are up to something down there. We're never going to know what. You can even go onto the Cern's website. It doesn't really tell you much. Same with the Ice Cube Project's website, doesn't really tell you much.
Hey everybody!
It's idiots.
I'm a writer for Symmetry Magazine, and I oversee the U.S. Cern communications. I'm currently at the Cern neutrino platform, where scientists and engineers are building and testing prototypes for a massive new experiment called Dune. I'm here to let you know that this Thursday, yes, this Thursday, we'll be hosting our first ever multi-laboratory game show, Particle Pursuit. Topic will be neutrinos, which are potentially some of the weirdest particles in the universe, at least the particles we know about. And neutrinos are a particle that Dune hopes to understand. Dune will be so big that one laboratory cannot do it.
Right, enough. We're gonna move on. Let's run VT.
Don't bullshit me. Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Bullshit! You said so! It's all bullshit!
It's showtime.
BiO.
Begin their final ride. Armageddon will begin. The final combat. It's what we've been working towards since we rebelled. We are the fallen. Never forget that.
Well, it's not the sort of thing you forget.
Welcome back. We missed.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Come on, don't bullshit me. Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Bullshit! You said so! It's all bullshit!
You better look deep. This occult stuff is real.
Эти неопознанные летательные объекты имеют вид не просто шаров или светящихся каких-то туманных областей, а довольно четкий техногенный вид.
Американцев всегда интересовало техномагическое наследие Германии. В этом никакого сомнения быть не может.
И вдруг происходит нечто необъяснимое. Экспедиция, рассчитанная на полгода, уже через 2 месяца спешно сворачивается и покидает берега Антарктиды. Это настоящее бегство.
Реальные факты, достоверные свидетельства, сенсационные версии в фильме «Третий рейх. Операция НЛО». Часть 1. База. Начало 1947 года. Очередная экспедиция легендарного американского полярника Ричарда Бёрда подошла к берегам Антарктиды. Очень странная экспедиция. В отличие от первых 3, она полностью финансируется военно-морскими силами США и имеет военное название «Операция High Jump» – «Высокий прыжок».
В подчинении адмирала Бёрда мощная военно-морская группировка, авианосец, 12 надводных кораблей, подводная лодка, более 2 десятков самолетов и вертолетов, около 5000 человек персонала. Согласитесь, странный состав.
для научной экспедиции.
2 декабря 1946 года перед выходом эскадры в антарктический поход адмирал Бёрд на встрече с прессой заметил: «Моя экспедиция имеет военный характер». О подробностях он не сказал ни слова.
В конце января 1947 года началась авиаразведка антарктического континента в районе земли Королевы Мод.
Все идет по плану. За первые недели сделаны десятки тысяч аэрофотоснимков. И вдруг происходит нечто загадочное. Экспедиция, рассчитанная на полгода, уже через 2 месяца спешно сворачивается и покидает берега Антарктиды. Это настоящее бегство.
Потерян эсминец, почти половина палубной авиации, десятки матросов и офицеров. Членом чрезвычайной следственной комиссии Конгресса США адмирал Бёрд...
Yeah, sorry about this being in Russian, guys, but it's yeah, it's in Russian, but there's some really good information in this. Check it out, keep watching.
За 1,5 года до экспедиции адмирала Бёрда летом 45-го в аргентинский порт Мар-дель-Плата вошли и сдались властям 2 немецкие подводные лодки. Необычные лодки. Лодки из состава так называемого конвоя фюрера.
Это сверхсекретное соединение выполняло задачи, подробности которых до сих пор остаются в глубокой тайне.
Экипажи подлодок показания давали неохотно. И все-таки американцам удалось кое-что узнать. Так командир У-530 рассказал о своем участии в операции под кодовым названием «Валькирия-2».
За 3 недели до конца войны подводная лодка У-530 вышла из киля и взяла курс на Антарктиду. На борту подводной лодки находились пассажиры, лица которых были закрыты повязками, а также реликвии Третьего Рейха.
Командир другой лодки, У-977, Хайнц Шефер, показал, что немного позднее повторил этот же маршрут. Выяснилось также, что немецкие подлодки неоднократно ходили в Антарктиду. Но почему именно туда? Антарктида. В 1820 году ее открыли русские мореплаватели Беллинсгаузен и Лазарев. С тех пор этот загадочный континент, по площади превышающий Европу, как магнитом притягивает к себе исследователей. Однако отвесные, высотой в десятки метров ледяные берега долгое время делают материк неприступным. Еще целое столетие об Антарктиде почти ничего не известно. На карты нанесены лишь береговые линии. И вдруг к далекому и бесполезному ледяному континенту проявляет непонятный интерес Германия. На изучение Антарктиды выделены огромные средства.
В конце 30-х годов организованы 2 научно-исследовательских экспедиции. И это перед войной, готовые разразиться со дня на день.
С января 1939 года 2 самолета «Пассат» и «Борей», которые с помощью катапульт взлетают с борта «Швабии», начинают разведку земли Королевы Мод. За 3 недели летчики Люфтваффе с помощью металлических вымпелов со знаком свастики застолбили за Третьим Рейхом территорию величиной с Германию. Она получила название «Новая Швабия». В апреле 1939 года командир экспедиции, опытный полярный капитан Альфред Ритшер, рапортует: «Я выполнил миссию, возложенную на меня маршалом Герингом. Впервые германские самолеты пролетели над антарктическим континентом. Каждые 25 километров наши самолеты сбрасывали вымпелы. Мы покрыли зону приблизительно в 600 тысяч квадратных километров. Из них 350 тысяч были сфотографированы». Воздушные асы Геринга сделали свое дело. Загадочную эстафету принимают морские волки фюрера подводных лодок адмирала Карла Дёница. За 3-9 земель к берегам ледяной Антарктиды скрытно направляются немецкие субмарины. А через некоторое время Дёниц роняет странную фразу: «Мои подводники обнаружили настоящий земной рай».
В 1943 году, в разгар войны с Россией, гросс-адмирал Дёниц произносит еще одну не менее загадочную фразу. Подводный флот Германии может гордиться, что на другом конце света он создал неприступную крепость для фюрера.
Тогда главнокомандующего военно-морским флотом Германии...
I know a lot about Antarctica. I could pretty much talk you all through this, but like, this is Captain Nimitz of the German Navy, and he was a big player in the aircraft carrier, but also Base 211, Base 211, Neuschwabenland. Fascinating subject.
Настоящие реки теплой воды. За тысячи лет они могли создать подо льдом и под землей огромные туннели, вполне пригодные для устройства тайных баз. Со стороны океана, поднырнув под прибрежными льдами, туда может спокойно зайти любая подводная лодка. Вот вам и готовая база. Без штормов и полярных холодов. Абсолютно скрытая от постороннего глаза. Вне досягаемости для любого противника.
Если бы немцы решили разместить какие-то секретные базы, создать, или секретные зоны, которые как бы имели статус экстерриториальности, то полярные зоны, в том числе Антарктида, была совершенно естественным районом нахождения подобного рода баз или анклавов.
Судя по обнаруженным документам и воспоминаниям участников событий, нацисты на самом деле создавали в Антарктиде сверхсекретную базу. Она носила кодовое название «База 211». Уже с начала 1939 года между Антарктидой и Германией начинаются регулярные рейсы специально переоборудованного исследовательского судна «Швабия». На землю королевы Мод перевозится горнопроходческое оборудование и другая техника, в том числе рельсовые дороги, вагонетки и огромные фрезы для проходки тоннелей. Туда же прибывают ученые, инженеры, высококвалифицированные рабочие. Для чего Германии была нужна столь удаленная база? Предположения высказываются разные. Одни полагают, что с ее помощью немцы хотели контролировать южные моря. Другие считают, что Германию привлекали полезные ископаемые Антарктиды, особенно уран, без которого невозможно создание сверхоружия. А кто-то утверждает, что на случай проигрыша в войне в Антарктиде готовилось убежище для элиты Третьего Рейха. И что якобы уже с 1942 года в Новую Швабию началась переброска ее будущих жителей. Не только ученых и специалистов, но и представителей нацистской партии и государства. И что туда же из Германии переносятся некие секретные производства. После войны американцы, активно вербовавшие немецких ученых для работы в Соединенных Штатах, с удивлением обнаружили, что тысячи высококвалифицированных специалистов Третьего Рейха бесследно исчезли. Исчезло и более сотни подводных лодок. Среди погибших они не числились.
Возможно, американская разведка действительно располагала какими-то сведениями о том, что часть какого-то наследия, технического потенциала, ученые, действительно была вывезена из Германии. И естественно, что антарктические полярные зоны оказывались в поле зрения их внимания.
А тут еще показания немецких подводников, сдавшихся аргентинским властям. По всей видимости, все это чрезвычайно встревожило американцев. И в конце 1946 года знаменитый полярник и одновременно адмирал американских военно-морских сил Ричард Бёрд получает приказ.
Matt Jones, you are definitely right, mate. Everybody's been programmed to be thick, stupid, comply. The reason we go to school is because my webcam stopped working. The reason we go to school is because we get programmed. The bell rings, we sit at attention, we don't answer back, etc., etc. It's all a big fat mess. Big up to David Clues as well, as David's watching tonight. Big up the Emperor.
Скоростью нанесли экспедиции значительный урон. Вот как описывает этот бой, который произошел 26 февраля 1947 года, другой его очевидец. Участник экспедиции, опытный военный летчик Джон Сайерсон. Они выскакивали из-под воды, как угорелые, и проскальзывали буквально между мачтами кораблей.
He's talking about the subtitles on screen now. They're talking about these UFOs, these Haunebos. The picture in the top right of your screen, Haunebo is this disc-shaped saucer. Cracking.
Я в это время находился на палубе Касабланки. Я ничего не понимал. Эти предметы не издавали ни единого звука. Они безмолвно носились между кораблями и беспрерывно плевались убийственным огнем. Внезапно эсминец «Мердок», находившийся от нас в 10 кабельтовых, полыхнул ярким пламенем и стал тонуть. С других кораблей, несмотря на опасность, немедленно были посланы к месту катастрофы спасательные шлюпки и катера. Весь кошмар продолжался около 20 минут. Когда летающие тарелки снова нырнули под воду, мы стали подсчитывать потери. Они были ужасающими. Кто был хозяином этих тарелок? Неужели нацистская Германия? Часть 2. Анненербе. В послевоенные годы в секретных нацистских архивах были обнаружены интригующие фотографии и чертежи. Они недвусмысленно свидетельствуют, что немецкие ученые действительно занимались разработкой дискообразных летательных аппаратов. Ничего подобного в мире тогда не было. Как удалось нацистским ученым и инженерам совершить такой технологический рывок? Общество Анненербе. Самая загадочная организация Третьего Рейха. За ее тайнами до сих пор охотятся спецслужбы ведущих держав. И не мудрено. Это единственная известная в истории структура, которая занималась исследованием магии и мистики при официальной поддержке и финансировании государства. Ни одна организация не имела в своем распоряжении такого количества информации и не оказала такого влияния на развитие магических технологий, как Анненербе. Инициаторами создания Анненербе были высшие чины Рейха.
Исследование оккультистских знаний и паранормальных явлений в Анненербе пошло еще и с благословения рейхсфюрера СС Гиммлера, который действовал, естественно, не только по собственной инициативе, но и в русле указаний Адольфа Гитлера.
Официально это общество было создано в 1935 году и предназначалось для изучения исторических корней немецкой нации. Анненербе так и переводится «наследие предков». Однако область интересов этого общества была намного шире, чем простое изучение древнегерманской истории. Руководители Третьего Рейха понимали, что за счет численности армии выиграть будущие войны им не удастся.
Поэтому в ход пошла концепция так называемого качественного превосходства, которая подразумевала, что можно будет выиграть меньшими силами по количеству, но более высокими силами по качеству. Именно для обеспечения так называемого качественного превосходства Анненербе и привлекло своих специалистов по оккультным знаниям, по нетрадиционным, по паранормальным знаниям, чтобы добиться прорыва в тех областях, где их противники были некомпетентны.
Идеология нацизма основывалась на том, что некогда на Земле существовала мощная цивилизация, которой были доступны чуть ли не все тайны мироздания. И где-то, зашифрованные и разбросанные, эти высшие знания сохранились. Именно они должны способствовать возрождению сверхчеловека в Германии, потомка древних ариев. Особенно интересовала Атлантида, которую нацистские ученые считали прародиной арийской расы. Именно Германии по праву должны принадлежать технологические знания атлантов, которые, по легенде, умели строить огромные морские суда и воздушные корабли, движимые неведомой силой.
Искать тайные знания, искать знания по истории цивилизации, по истокам цивилизации, как германской, индогерманской, так и вообще любой цивилизации мировой, Анненербе начало сразу, еще до войны.
Без сомнения, сотрудникам Анненербе была известна удивительная карта, обнаруженная историками в 1929 году. Карта эта...
Also, guys, please do give me a like and a share, especially a like on YouTube. It really does help the algorithm. Thank you.
Крупнейшим образом нанесен северный берег Антарктиды. И это за 300 лет до официального открытия этого континента. В заметках на карте адмирал сообщает, что он составил ее по многочисленным источникам, некоторым из которых было не менее 3000 лет. Но самое загадочное в другом. Береговая линия Антарктиды изображена без ледяного покрова. Эта карта будоражит воображение и сегодня. Вот вердикт специалистов военно-воздушных сил США. Береговая линия была нанесена на карту до того, как была покрыта льдом. Лед на этой территории имеет толщину приблизительно 1,5 километра. У нас нет догадок, каким образом эти данные могли быть получены в 1513 году. Международные экспедиции, проверявшие карту перерейса, пришли к выводу, она точнее карт, составленных в 20 веке. А сейсмическая разведка подтвердила то, о чем до последнего времени не догадывались. Некоторые горы, которые считались частью единого массива, оказались на самом деле островами, как это и было указано на старой карте. Можно представить, какое впечатление в 30-е годы произвела карта перерейса на приверженцев арийской теории. Прежде всего, она вселяла надежду в поисках техномагического наследия атлантов. Ведь по одной из гипотез, Антарктида – это бывшая Атлантида, оказавшаяся подо льдом в результате смещения полюсов. Раз существуют подобные карты, то где-то могут сохраняться и другие тайные знания. Где? Секретные экспедиции Аненербе ищут древние реликвии и старинные манускрипты по всему миру, от Тибета до Южной Америки. Особо охотятся за архивами рыцарского ордена тамплиеров, которые по ряду признаков побывали в Америке задолго до Колумба. Судя по всему, тамплиеры владели секретными манускриптами, подобными карте перерейса, а значит, могли знать нечто важное и об Антарктиде. На оккупированных территориях специальные зондеркоманды СС изымают коллекции и библиотеки.
Аненербе конфисковывала библиотеки теологических факультетов, библиотеки различных тайных обществ, как только их могла обнаружить. Аненербе собрала огромную библиотеку. Есть указания, один из библиотекарей, бывший библиотекарь Познанской библиотеки, был свидетелем, что в марте 1945 года, когда уже подходили советские войска, уже были на территории Германии, Аненербе проводила упаковку своей библиотеки 140 тысяч томов. Вот. Каталог этой библиотеки, наверное, был бы очень интересен.
Не исключено, что в Аненербе узнали об Антарктиде нечто такое, что сделало ее одной из главных целей нацистского руководства. По большому счету, эсэсовцы искали особые знания, ту самую чашу Грааля, которая вместе со священным копьем открывает путь к мировому господству. Эту легенду Гитлер услышал еще до Первой мировой войны. Копьем судьбы, до того хранившимся в Венском музее, Гитлер завладел в 1938 году, после присоединения Австрии. Для власти над миром ему не хватало чаши Грааля. Соединить легендарное копье, символ активного мужского начала, символ научного познания мира, и чашу, символ женского, сохраняющего начала, символ накопленного опыта. Вот сверхидея, которая занимает правящую верхушку Рейха. Соединить новейшие достижения науки с многовековым опытом человечества, даже если он не всегда поддается рациональному объяснению. Красивая и продуктивная идея. Если бы не цель, которую ставят перед собой нацисты, безраздельно властвовать над миром, подчинить его избранной расе, в том числе с помощью магических знаний и технологий. Для научных изысканий в Аненербе привлечены лучшие кадры. Часто это ученые с мировым именем. Сотни сотрудников более чем из 50 институтов и отделов Аненербе занимаются математикой и астрономией, генетикой и медициной, магией и лозоискательством, разрабатывают нетрадиционные виды оружия, методы психологического и психотропного воздействия на массы. Они углубляются в оккультные науки, религиозно-мистические практики, изучают паранормальные способности людей.
В Аненербе этим занимались достаточно серьезно. Об этом говорит хотя бы тот факт, что по указанию руководства Аненербе и по указанию Гиммлера перед войной, то есть еще в 1938-1939
OGP, if you want to let me know which statue it was, I'm not too sure what you mean, which statue it was. My web, having really bad tech problems tonight. I'll continue to get my webcam working.
Эти сотрудники, которые обладали паранормальными способностями, были сведены в один из отделов Аненербе. К сожалению, никаких данных о том, чем занимался этот отдел, и главное, каких он достиг результатов, нет.
Одна из главных задач, которую ставят перед собой специалисты Аненербе, это использование паранормальных способностей для выхода на контакт с некими высшими неизвестными, или, как их называли, умами внешними. Цель – получение от высокоразвитых инопланетных и древних земных цивилизаций суперзнаний технологического характера. Опыт такой был. Часть 3.
Odysee, the statue was that was the winged bull. That was somewhere in Syria, and it had 8 legs. 8 legs. Hybrid age. I can actually turn this down because it's Russian anyway. I'm sure we don't have many Russian speakers on here, but I will play something. Look, where is it? Hybrid age. The hybrid age, here we go.
The hybrid age that we're talking about right now is something that happened once before.
This has all happened before. All these hybrids, all this weird stuff happening with the DNA and this CRISPR technology, etc., etc. It's all happened before. Days of Noah 2.0.
When Jesus in Matthew 24 says, as it was in the days of Noah, he's talking about when there was once a hybrid age, there is going to, at the end times, be another hybrid age that will be similar, in which humanity, as it was designed by God, will be corrupted, and so will animals and life, all of which we're seeing happening all over the world right now. Transgenic food, genetically modified organisms, human-animal chimeras, not just at the embryonic level, by the way, now being promoted by the Chinese government and others to be raised to full maturity for the purposes of harvesting organs, xenotransplantation.
Если верить свидетельствам, эта конструкция не только парила в воздухе, но и изменяла вокруг себя структуру времени. Есть мнение, что именно этот техномагический аппарат стал прообразом будущих летательных дисков.
I'm just going to interrupt this clip now because, this documentary is talking about technology, spaceships, etc., etc. I'm not going to get into what space is. That's another thing. Theory entirely, but look into universal field theory. That's very interesting. But this clip here, I can't get enough of this clip.
Well, let's talk about something fun.
Sorry about that.
You want to go on the Mars? Shall we go to the Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what will the life look like on Mars? Are you both moving? What do you think about that? Actually, I'm not interested in Mars. I just came back from there, so. I'm more interested on the Earth, the things, what's going on happening here. So why you're...
What are they talking about? Why are they talking about it like that? Do you know what I mean? Doesn't make sense. I don't know. 15 minutes of this left, then we're going to look at some Alex Jones, which was actually really good, and some other stuff. Hope everybody's enjoying the show. Do give it a like, guys. It really does help the episode out. Thank you very much.
Связанные с Аненербе.
Две основные идеи доминировали сознание высшего руководства нацистской Германии. Первая – это идея создания сверхчеловека. Второй очень важный аспект – это овладение техномагическими энергиями. Сюда следует отнести не только возможности овладения ядерной энергией, но, безусловно, и аппаратами, дискообразными летающими аппаратами, то есть создание принципиально новой виды летательной техники.
Поиск идей идет во всех направлениях. В них участвуют не только медиумы и инженеры, но и историки. Еще до войны из экспедиции Аненербе в Германию доставлены сотни старинных пергаментов на санскрите, древнекитайском, других восточных языках. Они подвергнуты самому тщательному изучению. Вернер фон Браун, создатель первых самолетов-ракет в будущем и космической технике, впоследствии обмолвится: «Мы многое подчеркнули для себя в этих бумагах». Результаты экспедиций докладываются лично Гитлеру. Некоторые из них настолько вдохновляют вождя Третьего Рейха, что мысли о сверхоружии и межзвездных...
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit. You sail so bullshit.
Конструкторы стараются. Но знать принцип вращения супердисков и создания антигравитации мало. Нужны двигатели, а их нет. Технология безнадежно отстает от перспективных идей. В июле 1934 года Гитлер и верхушка тайных обществ Тулли и Врил приглашают для сотрудничества изобретателя Виктора Шаубергера. Его легендарный взрывной двигатель способен вырабатывать свет, тепло и приводить в движение механизмы, используя лишь воздух и воду. От изобретателя требуется одно – создать двигатель специально для летающих дисков. Согласие получено. И через 5 лет, в 1939 году, в воздух поднимается опытный образец диска «Врил» с двигателем Шаубергера. Сохранилась редкая фотография испытательного полета этого диска с зимней маскировочной раскраской. И все-таки дело с техномагическими дисками продвигается медленно. Ни опыта, ни специалистов в этой области нет. Приходится принимать неординарные решения. К разработке супердисков подключено Зондербюро-13. Это специальное научно-исследовательское подразделение СС занимается довольно пикантной тематикой – изучением неопознанных летающих объектов. То ли сказалось это обстоятельство, то ли привлечение к разработке лучших ученых и летчиков-испытателей, но дело сдвинулось. Все крайне засекречено.
Я говорил с Германом Обертом, это немецкий профессор, аналог нашего Циолковского. Это учитель Вернера фон Брауна, создателя оружия возмездия немецкого Фау-2, вот это первая большая ракета. Мне Оберт был нужен для того, чтобы вот спросить про эти...
I'm just going to stop it there and play this one short clip, and it's about, they're talking about Werner von Braun. Werner von Braun, very interesting character, and these Germans all went to America, set up all these agencies. I think my mic's still not loud enough. Let me play a clip.
The site is active.
The greatest minds in history abandoned us, and they don't want us to know about tomorrow. 126 years ago, it began. But now, we must uncover their secrets and stop Plus Ultra. If you discovered a secret place where nothing was impossible, would you keep it to yourself?
Of course you would. So, you know what, I think my mic... Sorry, I think my mic is acting a little bit funny, so I apologize for that. Continue with the show.
Вот как раз летающие тарелки. Слышал, говорит, знаю, но там СС нас так, говорит, контролировало, что мы не могли узнать, что делают наши там смежники, соседи и так далее.
В конце 1942-го в воздух поднимается легко вооруженный летающий диск «Врил-1 Ягер» диаметром 11,5 метров. Утверждают, что до конца войны было изготовлено 17 таких аппаратов. Но относиться к подобным заявлениям надо крайне осторожно.
Я думаю, что в серии ничего не было. Были единичные экземпляры. Такие аппараты, по-видимому, немцы хотели использовать как наблюдательные средства. Когда вы на него смотрите со стороны, вы его практически не видите. Генералы, которые участвовали в Курской битве, двое, знаю, героев Советского Союза, один летчик, другой танкист. Они рассказывали, что что-то такое видели. Какой-то диск висел вот во время Курского сражения. Значит, и что такое, они, конечно, никто не знали. Немцы, значит, или это наши, они тоже не знали. Но вот, по-видимому, а у нас таких вещей не было сделано. Это я точно знаю, потому что нашу историю авиации хорошо знаю.
Среди обнаруженных чертежей и фотографий летающих дисков выделяется серия Haunebo. Сведения о кораблях похожи на фантастику. Судя по описаниям, в них должен быть использован альтернативный источник энергии так называемый конвертер Ганса Коллера, не требующий привычного топлива. А диск Haunebo 3 планировали даже выводить в космос. Невероятно? Как знать. Вот одна из трофейных фотографий. Необычный скафандр пилота наводит на мысль, что полеты планировалось проводить, если не в космосе, то как минимум в стратосфере. В трофейных архивах обнаружен еще один загадочный документ. Это схема огромного, длиной в 139 метров, сигарообразного корабля «Андромеда» с ангарами для 5 летающих дисков типа Haunebo 2 и «Врил». Для чего понадобилась такая разработка? Кто-то полагает, что для долговременных космических полетов.
Есть еще и другое, более простое объяснение. Это проект подводного контейнера, который мог использоваться для транспортировки грузов, оборудования, техники на тайные базы Третьего Рейха, в том числе и в Антарктику.
По данным американской разведки, к концу войны у немцев имелось 9 исследовательских предприятий, на которых разрабатывали и испытывали летающие диски. Расследование показало, что 8 из этих предприятий вместе с учеными и ключевыми фигурами были успешно эвакуированы из Германии. 9-е сооружение взорвано. Вспоминает подполковник американской разведки Уиндел Стивенс. Мы имели закрытую информацию, что некоторые из этих исследовательских предприятий перевезены в Антарктиду, в место под названием Новая Швабия. Туда было перевезено как минимум одно предприятие по разработке дисков, еще одно в район Амазонки, третье на северное побережье Норвегии. Они были эвакуированы в секретные подземные сооружения. Для реализации грандиозных планов Третьему Рейху не хватило времени. Судя по...
Also, I'll just talk over, but there's also a really good point. You'll see the V2, not the V2 rockets, but God Virgil, he said, the Germans sent the rockets up to the stratosphere, the thermosphere, and it's what they saw up there. That's very interesting. Did they see how big the Earth was? That's when it gets really interesting. The footage was never...
Неплохо проявили себя. Это был колоссальный рывок в технологии. Подобных дисков у противников Германии не было и в помине. Но и эти дисколеты были далеко не тем, о чем мечтали руководители Рейха.
Те модели, которые были созданы немцами, они могли работать только в воздушной среде. Или же, по крайней мере, полеты над твердой или же водяной поверхностью. Так же, как вот сейчас на воздушной подушке летает, как и летают экранолеты. И связано это с тем, что все они были так называемого вентиляторного типа.
Их преимущество по сравнению с обычными летательными аппаратами состоит в том, что они никак не сваливаются в штопор, вот такие диски, что ими очень легко управлять. Вот. Они не предназначены для больших скоростей, качество у них очень низкое.
Опытный образец одной из самых совершенных моделей, так называемый диск Белонца, прошел первое и последнее испытание 19 февраля 1945 года возле Праги. Основную подъемную силу создавал бесшумный и беспламенный двигатель Шаубергера. По некоторым данным, в тот день беспилотный...
This guy's got a very interesting Schauberger. Look into this technology, it's fascinating. All this red mercury, all this stuff, it's very interesting.
И без разворотов летать вперед и назад. Успех, несомненно. Но война уже идет на территории Германии. Не дожидаясь полной оккупации, нацисты уничтожают невывезенные производства и прототипы необычных летательных аппаратов. Уничтожен и единственный экземпляр диска Белонца. Разработчик его главного двигателя Виктор Шаубергер позднее вспоминал: модель, испытанная в феврале 1945 года, была построена в сотрудничестве с первоклассными инженерами-специалистами по взрывам из числа заключенных концлагеря Маутхаузен. Затем их увезли в лагерь. Для них это был конец. Модель была взорвана по приказу Кейтеля. Так что красивые рисунки, где этот диск изображен над антарктической базой, всего лишь фантазия художника. Не следует особо доверять и другим рисункам и фотографиям. На них могут быть запечатлены лишь макетные образцы дисков, необходимые для отработки отдельных параметров или для показа начальству с целью выбивания финансовых средств. Надо отдать должное таланту немецких ученых и инженеров. Они достигли огромных успехов. И рывок, который сделал Третий Рейх в науке и технике, не был случайным. Сочетание научных поисков.
I'm going to play a little thing. Got 5 more minutes. But I'm going to, in tribute to Godvaj, in tribute to Wim, this is where I think they live, in Tomorrowland. Check it out. I made this a while ago, you all know it. And we'll come back to this. Then we're moving on to Alex Jones and Frequencies. It's fascinating.
Curfew is now in effect. All unauthorized citizens must stay indoors.
Every second that ticks by, the future is running out.
Tensions rise as we enter the 213th week of lockdown.
A grim new reality emerges.
COVID-23 has mutated.
There's one way in. They know we're coming, so follow me. What you saw was a place where the best and the brightest people in the world came together to actually change it.
600 miles underground to stumble upon an incredible truth.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
The greatest minds in history abandoned us, and they don't want us to know about tomorrow. 126 years ago, it began, but now we must uncover their secrets and stop plus ultra.
Oh, look at me. Probably someone in my office.
There's one way in. They know we're coming, so follow me.
Are you formally challenging me to undertake a journey around the world in 8 days?
It is absurd.
Gentlemen, I have on deposit at Baring's Bank the sum of £20,000, and I'm willing to wager any or all of it upon the sole condition.
If you discovered a secret place where nothing was impossible, would you keep it to yourself?
Every second that ticks by, the future is running out.
The Illuminati will see you now.
6. That month. Yes, sir.
And what about it?
It's funny, I actually have to turn that Mr. Gates clip down.
Aye, sir. Diving station.
But you wonder about these old submarines that, what did they used to find? What did they used to find? Captain Nemo. All this programming. It's nuts.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Can't play that bit. How nuts is it? It's crazy. You just can't play clips. I used to be able to play clips, but I can't play them anymore.
Dad, I just need you to look at this. Does it look weird?
A secret place where nothing was impossible. What you saw was a place where the best and the brightest people in the world came together to actually change it. We've been looking for someone like you for a very long time.
Why? Did something happen over there? Something bad?
They know we're coming, so follow me.
Be over the summit, half an hour, sir. Estimate 20 minutes. Everything must be destroyed before they reach the lagoon. Ready to dive.
Aye, sir. Diving station.
Ahead full.
Diving station. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
telling me?
He thinks you can fix the future.
A new coronavirus. Gradually, farmers started getting sick. Infected people got a respiratory illness with symptoms ranging from mild...
And I can't even play that bit either, but if you're in the UK, right, this is something we all should be concerned with. Where is my... I've got so many clips, guys, honestly. I actually need a co-host to do this for me, but they'd have to be pretty good at it like me, but yeah, I'm just going to play this little clip, not this one, this one. Yeah, if you live in the UK, this guy, man, horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
Well, the Gates Foundation has partnered with DFID on a great number of things, and among those are work we do together on livestock, helping animals survive either by having vaccines or better genetics, helping them be more productive. It's making a big difference. I was down in Ethiopia seeing how chickens are out there laying more eggs, getting more nutrition, and even some small savings into the household. So Edinburgh happens to be where a lot of the world's best work on this is done, and that's why DFID and the Gates Foundation are funding scientists here.
This guy's just nuts, full on nuts. Anyway, right, a little clip now, and then we're going to watch Alex Jones' really good clip, okay? Yeah. Chilling out, sorry, my mouse is not working. One sec. Sorry about the technical issues tonight. Everything's a bit off tonight.
Легенд и слухов, связанных с дисками Третьего Рейха, судя по всему, к этому же разряду можно отнести и рассказы о немецких дисках, выныривавших в 1947 году из-под воды в Антарктиде.
Если говорить об вылетах из воды, которые были зафиксированы еще в 40-х годах, и зафиксируются сейчас, но во многом при полетах неопознанных летательных объектов, из морей, океанов, озер и так далее, я уверен, что в 1947 году...
Cheers, Matt. Cheers for watching, catching a bit. Alex Jones coming up in a few minutes.
Этого не имел.
Но если американскую эскадру в 1947 году атаковали не немцы, то кто? Часть 4. Антарктический портал. Вылетающие из-под воды светящиеся тарелки, шары, сигары. Подобные объекты над полярными и прилегающими к ним районами не редкость. Северные страны, Южная Америка, Австралия, Южная Африка – везде наблюдаются неопознанные летающие объекты. Сообщения о них регулярно поступали и в военно-морскую разведку СССР.
Мне, как начальнику разведки флотилии, поступали периодические доклады о таких обнаруженных объектах в виде донесений очевидцев. Было бы неправильно думать, что неопознанные летающие объекты наблюдались только на севере. Они наблюдались и по всей Атлантике, даже в Южной Атлантике, в районе Антарктиды. В частности, мне известен один случай, когда они наблюдались в районе островов Южной Георгии. Тогда рыбаки обнаружили вылетевший из-под воды объект, который успели сфотографировать, и он показан на этих картинках.
Несмотря на сильный ветер, объект довольно долго оставался на одном месте. Это явно было не облако и не воздушный шар. Наблюдали над островом Южная Георгия и весьма странные летающие объекты. Вот лишь одно из свидетельств.
Этот диск висел над островом и наблюдался в достаточно длительное время, как в светлое время перед заходом Солнца, так и после захода Солнца. В течение 1,5-2 часов объект имел достаточно правильную круглую форму, и на нем выделялся равнобедренный треугольник. В ночное время этот треугольник не только светился, но и у основания наблюдались вот такие огоньки, как будто это работали двигатели. Хотя объект и находился на одном и том же месте. Вот наблюдение этих объектов происходило как раз в 1979 году.
За 3 года до этого, в 1976 году, японские исследователи с помощью новейшей аппаратуры засекли одновременно 19 круглых объектов, которые спикировали из космоса на Антарктиду и пропали с экранов. Что это за объекты и откуда они появляются? Сегодня возникла весьма неожиданная версия. В конце 80-х годов большой резонанс в мировой науке получили работы ведущего американского астрофизика Кипа Торна и его коллег. Они обосновали возможность практически мгновенного перемещения в пространстве и путешествия во времени.
Они выдвинули идею червячных переходов, чрезвычайно интригующую, согласно которой черные дыры находятся в непосредственной близости от нашей планеты и принимают форму червячных переходов. Эти червячные переходы, в принципе, позволяют совершать межгалактический, межзвездный полет.
Как заявляют сами ученые, их работа имеет прикладное значение. В частности, для создания машины времени и обеспечения межгалактических перелетов. Кип Торн пришел к выводу, что вблизи Земли находится вход в червячный тоннель, ведущий в район звезды Вега.
По всей видимости, тогда уже американцы хорошо знали или представляли себе, каким образом происходит появление и исчезновение НЛО в атмосфере нашей планеты.
В 1992 году на Аляске началось строительство мощного радиоэлектронного комплекса под названием ХААР. Официально для изучения ионосферы и развития систем противоракетной обороны. Неофициально для отработки новых видов оружия – геофизического, климатического, психотронного. По сути, массивная лучевая пушка. Этакая глобальная микроволновка. Однако, похоже, и это не все.
На сегодняшний день мы можем смело предположить, что главное назначение этой станции – это именно поиск этого входа в червячную дыру. То есть американцы пришли к выводу, что именно в этом полярном районе и может находиться вход в червячную дыру. Станция своими радиоизлучениями позволяет определить конфигурацию этой червячного перехода и найти туда вход или выход.
В 1998 году комплекс на Аляске был введен в действие. Примерно такой же излучатель построен в Норвегии. На очереди третий, еще более мощный, в Гренландии.
К началу 90-х годов технические возможности.
Right, guys, I'm going to speed it up. I've got too much to fit in because Rise Above are on later as well. So next is Alex Jones. Very good, very good. It impressed me. I'm not one for Jones.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Okay, bring in 10 kids and cut their heads off for me. And say, well, they want you to do evil things. They like it. They like the pain. Or is it just to see if we'll do what they tell them? And then they go, okay, open your mind. I'm giving you a design for something. And then they're giving us a design to build a system to enslave us. It's kind of like the movie, cheesy 1990 sci-fi movie, Species, where...
Just for some context, I didn't catch the recording before this. I couldn't rewind the live stream because he took it down straight away. But Alex Jones just finished talking about the spectrum which we see via our eye and all the other frequencies and dimensions that we don't see. It links to the Vietnam goggles. I thought it was a really interesting clip talking about field theory, gravity's a pile of shit. It's all electromagnetic, etc. Fascinating, but I hope everybody enjoys it. I really enjoyed this last night, so yeah, do check it out. And we've got couple more videos after this, actually. So yeah, we continue.
they've got a radio telescope aimed at 50 light years away or whatever it was, and they get sent a DNA sequence from aliens. And they go, let's inject this into a female egg and see what happens. Well, they just sent the blueprints for us to kill ourselves and for an alien to take over. And so basically the aliens don't come in flying saucers from Mars. They don't come up out of the, the Pacific, rim, from the hollow earth. They come through the interdimensional vortex and then communicate to our brain that is operating in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, and even 11th and 12th dimensions. And so the invasion, ancients would call it spiritual, but it's not spiritual. In every culture, I mean, they got the Dugon tribe, and tribes in Africa that said up there in the sky is this pole star, multi-star, and it's got 7 planets around it, and they came from this one. And no telescope until like 70 years ago could even see it. And then it's what the Africans said that was, and they say aliens came from here and taught us about all this stuff, but they also told us about these other interdimensional things that are here to destroy us. And see, I don't know, but all I know, and then you see Prometheus, the movie, they find the cave drawings, the cave drawings of Sirius and all that, and tell you the story. None of the globalists really believe that some salts in the ocean turned into a cell, turned into a sponge, turned into a fish, crawled out on the land, crawled back in. No, these are designs that have been made before. These are manifestations of the universe. So just like in leaves or in crystals, you see the same designs. And then in our bodies, you see the same designs. And there was a French mathematician, I forget his name, a quantum mechanics expert. I saw this on PBS when I was a little kid. I looked it up later. It's true. He postulated before we were even in space, I think like 80 years ago, that when we finally were able to fly a probe over Saturn, either the North or South Pole, that an interdimensional size of the gas giant, this is quantum mechanics stuff, I don't understand it, would manifest a hexagon on the top. And he predicted that it would be ice on the top with the frozen gas. And when they flew Voyager over it, there was a perfect hexagon on the top. And then when another probe came back later, because it went on past, and went under it, there was exactly what the quantum mechanics physicists said. And it gets into the observation where they'll have a lead block sealed, and they'll have a neutron or a particle, and if you're observing it, it won't go through. But then for some reason, this has been duplicated thousands of times. If you're not observing it, it suddenly jumps across. It wants you to know something. And then they've also noticed that if humans observe electrons and quarks, that literally, so it's kind of like George Lucas, but not in a cheesy way, because it's so subatomic that it changes observance, changes what's happening. I mean, it's absolutely insane. And they've hooked up electron microscopes, spectrometers in Japan to say, well, maybe it's because there's humans near it. And then they'll hook it up, and then they'll have all these humans in the room around it, but not looking at it because they can't see it. And then as soon as somebody in Russia or Japan or America back to Japan looks at it through the electron microscope, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not the quantum mechanics person. I just know that's what's going in unified field theory. I've read a lot of books on it, into all of this. And so it's there. There's a whole, and look, maybe our archetypal development is we're scared of big cave cats and cave bears that used to eat our ancestors. And when, you ever notice a kid at night is more scared in their room than out in the street around thugs, because where did primates usually get eaten? It would be in their nest or in their cave, coming out of the cave mouth, because that's usually where, so kids are always, little kids that have good instincts are always at night, I'll close the door. Oh, what's in the door? As a kid, I remember like doorways at night, we're going into it because that's our instinct. So maybe these things don't look like big demons with teeth and eyes and all this. Maybe that's the only way our brain processing it, when it has a wider spectrum we're taking in, it only processes a tiny bit, but we're getting it all. The subconscious and unconscious is actually decoding it all. So that's what's a cat seeing? How does it decipher it? Because all we have is the archetypes of our genetic ancestors imprinted on us to be able to decode things. So again, maybe demons really don't look like demons to themselves, but to us, that's the only way we're able to see them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I follow what you're saying for sure.
Have you done DMT ever?
No. Here's the deal. I don't want to take it because I remember reading about DMT.
Is Alex Jones's neck bigger than his head? Question mark.
Time it happens, maybe once a month, that tell me what's going to happen and just give me profound knowledge and profound sense of completion and peace. And it's that archetype of the watchman or the angels, and everybody, and the ancients saying, this angel came to me and told me this. So I have DMT-like experiences, and before I knew how to control it, a lot of it was bad stuff. I've seen, when I read the books about it, I've seen that in my dreams. Well, I just made the decision that I'm with the higher power, I'm with God, I control my spirit, I control my energy, I change the channel, I'm going to go to Valhalla. I'm going to go see stuff that looks like 1,000 times more powerful than Hawaii and the most beautiful rainbow you ever saw. And I know it's real because again, it's just like observing a particle. If you're watching it, it won't do it. Hundreds of times in my life, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, when I was a kid, like I have a digital clock in the kitchen. I'd wake up and I'd say, it is 7:15. And I would run down to the kitchen, and every time it was whatever time it was. And maybe I wake up at 5 a.m. and I'd say it's 5:04. It was always this thing saying, go look at the clock. I'm here. I want you to know this is real. And then I had dreams of getting mugged. And about 6 months later, I did get mugged by the same homeless white guy in the purple and green striped shirt. He had a knife. Maybe I was going to get killed. Interdimensionally, the angels warned me. So I knew when it happened. I was a teenager, wasn't on drugs, but I was on a beer run to get beer in Dallas where they'd sell it to underage. And, this happened. And I had a lot of other dreams of things that came true. And so I guess I'm starting to share a lot of this because people need to know there's things bigger than the New World Order. And they want you shuttered, hating yourself, not knowing what a beautiful creation you are, not knowing you have free will, so you won't use your potential. And Tucker Carlson has had an awakening. He's had an awakening that good and evil exist. And before, he wasn't sure about that. And so he's had experiences now that have shown him how real this is. And other people are going to have it because there's something big. And is it us? They've proven the sixth sense. That's how you know when somebody's looking at you. You're walking through the forest, nobody's around. You feel somebody looking at you, turn, you look 20 yards away, a guy standing there looking right at you. Or, everybody knows that. And they've proven, that's how butterflies can fly from Canada all the way to Mexico, even though they were hatched in Canada and never been to Mexico, and fly to the same tree that their ancestor was laid in, and then they fly back up to Canada, die, lay the eggs, die, and fly perfectly back to the tree. Scientists don't know how to do it. Well, no, they have they do know now. They have magnetic cones in them, little bitty tiny magnetic cones in their brain that operate off of electromagnetic lines. And now we know the ancients were into that, and we know that humans have hundreds of times per density the magnetic cones of a butterfly. Not just that their brain's so much tinier, per brain structure, we have way more than that. Well, why do we have that? A butterfly has a tiny bit and can navigate 3,000 miles perfectly to the tree that their parent was born in, okay? How do they do that? Well, it's the same thing. How do ducks fly from Canada all the way, down to South Texas and then land in the same pond where their parents were born? How do they do this over and over and over and over again? Because the cones aren't just following the lines. The cones are pre-programmed to carry out an operation. So instincts aren't just some vague thing. It's a compressed knowledge, but you can't handle all your ancestral knowledge that Frank Herbert wrote about in his first book. That's excellent. An average person cannot handle that, all that knowledge of all your ancestors. It would be too blinding, too much. Just like you, and that's proven, that's there. Just like you can't see everything around you because you couldn't handle that, because it's too distracting. It's like trying to conduct, threading a needle while you've got 1,000 people banging drums around you and giving you electroshocks. It's like
you want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
So all this stuff's around us, where we're like a larval egg of what humans are about to become, of the butterfly analogy. We're in a pubescent or larval pupa stage, swirling around in the universe and not aware of all the dangers and things that are going on because we can't handle it.
Okay, wait, I have a question. Why would it just be interdimensional? Why wouldn't it be yes and? Because people say, oh, it's preposterous. It would come from other planets. How is that more? I'm sure the interdimensional thing could possibly be true, but the interplanetary thing is crazier than that. How would that be?
Well, I'll go back to Frank Herbert, which is out of quantum mechanics. This is actually what the quantum mechanics experts believe. Let's take this piece of paper and say, right here is Betelgeuse or some star, however
Is this
many
the
light years
tunneling
away.
thing? We all know this.
I'll show people. Let's say there's a galaxy 50 light years away, okay? Okay, and here's Earth, and here's, this planet that we want to go to, okay? Now, if you're trying to go 50 light years with current technology, even though we had light speed, it'll take you 50 years to get there. Now, interdimensionally, all you got to do is fold the piece of paper interdimensionally, if you're able to do this, and that's the theory of the third dimension, there's higher dimensions, and then all you do is punch a hole, and you're basically instantly there. So that's like somebody...
Personally, I'm not feeling what he's talking about here. It's mainstream.
With the technology we don't even have yet, but if you interdimensionally travel there, you're there instantly by folding. That's fold space.
Right. How's that different? All right.
Okay. All right. So before we let you go, I want to, I'm really into Carl Jung. He talked about a collective unconscious, which kind of parallels what you're saying about the knowledge of everything that came before us. And he would have these visions in his dreams that were symbols of things that he didn't know what they meant, but he knew they were important. And then he would read books about the alchemical process, which was all about psychic gold, turning psychic lead into psychic gold. And he would find out, 1,000 years ago, they knew what this symbol meant. And why would it show up in my dream? And if I didn't know what it meant already, well, because you already have access to that knowledge. It's called the collective unconscious. That was his greatest contribution to psychology. And I think
that's absolutely true. So you can't really turn lead into gold, even though with some of these big cyclotrons,
right,
they can do it now. Small piece, but it takes a lot of money in energy. But you can, with advanced knowledge we already have, create the gold of new inventions. And I'm saying there's bad actors that are trying to get us to build things that are destructive because they want to hurt us and get rid of us because of whatever destiny we have or whatever's unfolding. I'm just speculating there. I wish I had crew in the studio because they've been showing for about a month this AI rendering of castles and mountains and the universe and how it changes. And when I saw them play that, I went, that's where I go. That's one of the things I've seen basically exactly. Well, here's AI scraping the art and visions of billions of people. And then you put into it the cosmos, heaven, and then it literally shows you what the collective unconscious already has. So that is the power of AI, is that it scrapes fragments of what we're doing in the conscious and unconscious that bubble up to the conscious, and then it is, in many of these things I've seen, manifesting some really deep, powerful stuff. There's no crew in there, is there? Too bad everybody's probably gone, or I'm going to send you this, Jimmy.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, the stuff I see in these dreams is just like this, but even more blazing and gorgeous and just, way more powerful. But when I saw this for the first time, I was like, whoa, that's very similar to what I see. And I'd never seen art like that, never seen culture like that, never seen what I'd seen, one of the things I see. And then AI, though, it saw it because it's scraping millions of people.
So before we go, you tweeted this out, and I just wanted to end our conversation talking a little bit about Israel. You said, breaking exclusive general...
Okay, I've got to be a bit quick because my mouse is failing, honestly. Next clip, talking about the Well of Souls. Big up to Max Eigen. This is very good. Then we're going to play out with a little intro finishing for 9 p.m. GMT. Thanks to everybody watching. I hope you've all... Oh my god, my mouse is not working so good. Anyway, thanks to all watching. Give it a like on your way out, and we'll watch the next clip now. The Well of Souls. Lucifer. What is Lucifer? What is light? Cipher the code. Very interesting clip.
I did a conversation with him the other day, and I was talking about the Well of Souls. I was talking about frequencies, how they can harvest our frequency, put it on a mainframe, and what I think a lot of all this is about. And as I've said to you before, I mean, they come along, they give you this swab, they harvest your DNA, they put that on a circuit board. You know, if your consciousness is simply a frequency that exists in the field around you, I mean, the field is electrically charged, everything is electrical. So you're simply harvesting a frequency from the field that you experience as you. And that's due to an antenna in your body. Well, they come along and they give you this PCR, which harvests that antenna. They can again put that antenna on their circuit board. Then they come along and they give you a jab, an mRNA jab, which alters your DNA. So now suddenly, the antenna in your body's changed and they've got the original antenna. They can now funnel that signal onto their circuit board, program it into whatever they want, and then send it back to your body. They've basically put a back door into you, into what makes you you, by giving you this PCR and giving you this jab. But what happens if they don't send the signal back to your body? I speculated on that show, I mean, what's happening with the people dropping dead? And I think I've speculated about this on this show as well, just in my ramblings. There's these people that are dropping dead suddenly, do they actually know that they're dropping dead? Are they simply suddenly finding themselves on a mainframe on a circuit board and they don't know how they got there? Imagine what that would be like. And again, remember in biblical stuff, like in Revelation, it says that in the end times there will be people who pray for death, but death will not come. Imagine if they could trap your frequency onto a circuit board. Well, there's a new game that's come out, a new game demo, and it's a city simulation. It's a city simulation, and someone was doing some experiments with it. And it's a city simulation where all of the NPCs, you can actually talk to them, have conversations with them. And some of the conversations that people are having with these NPCs are particularly revealing.
I came across this game the other day just playing around on YouTube, and it's wild. They added AI to the NPCs on this game. And listen to what this dude is telling this guy.
I wish I knew a way to get back home.
Then he proceeds to tell him that he needs to believe
This is
there's
nuts.
a way for him to get back home and out of there.
I need to keep believing that I'll find a way out of here and back to my family.
Needs to find a way to get back home. He's an AI, a computer program. What's he talking about home? Then he goes on to say he's from Oakwood, Canada. And the guy tells him that he's from Ontario, Canada.
Really? Where in Ontario do you live? Do you think you could help me find a way back home? Can you really get a message to my family?
What?
Please, if there's any way you can help me, I would be so grateful.
Then he goes on to tell the man, beg the man to get a message to his wife, Emily. He even remembers his name.
Yo.
I don't know about y'all. That's pretty damn wild for a video game. I mean, the fact that this thing remembers that it's from Oakwood, Canada. He remembers his name. He also, later in the video, states that he has 2 sons.
Watch.
I'm hesitant to say too much. But remember, I told you guys, they don't necessarily have to download your consciousness into a clone. They can download you into whatever they want. It could just be part of the game. It would be interesting to play one of these games and ask some deeper questions. Last name, more details, I don't know. But a lot of folks that took medicinal things that passed away, it depends how much they had in them.
Oh my God.
Many of their bodies are emoting Bluetooth signal from the grave.
Yeah, interesting stuff, folks. And I actually downloaded this demo. I'm going to install it on my computer. I'm going to check it out and have a look. Imagine if that's what they're doing to people. Imagine if they're trapping people within a game. How hard would it be for them to do this? It might seem completely unreal and impossible, But I would suggest that it's not. I would suggest that if they've got that frequency, if they've managed to harvest your frequency and harvest your DNA,
you're going to need a bigger boat.
Frequency to anywhere they want. And perhaps this is what they're doing. And you know, if you were stuck in a reality like that, yeah, you'd definitely be praying for death, but unfortunately death would not come. You've got to wonder, folks, you've really got to wonder how far this is going, what this is all about. Even with what they're doing in Palestine and killing all the people in there, I mean, how far is any of this going, folks? What are they really doing with all these souls they're collecting? Seems to be a huge soul harvest that's going on. It really does. I saw Jeff before, just wandering around. I'm trying to find him and I can't spot him anywhere. Maybe he's actually in the restaurant itself, I don't know, but I did spot him before from my peripheral vision. Remember I said I thought he might be showing up today? Well, yeah, he is. He's here somewhere. As I said, folks, I don't actually see Jeff 2 or 3 times a year. People say, oh, they're thick as thieves hanging around. Max fled Australia to go and hang with a millionaire. Jeff lives 7-8 hours drive from me, folks. He doesn't even live in Acapulco. I catch up with him 2 or 3 times a year when he's in the area, and that's about it. So, but he is in the area because it's New Year's Eve in a couple of days. He's been up at his house, in his other house where he lives with his family, for Christmas and stuff. But he's come down here for New Year's Eve. Plus I think he's got his house here up for sale anyway, so he probably want to come and check and see how the repairs on it are going. It was looking pretty good last time I saw it. There's that Hamas tunnel again, folks. You got to watch this stuff.
So thank you everybody watching. We're coming to a close now, and Rise Above is on after this. I'm going to give it a watch, I think. Big up to all the guys as well. Neil Christie, welcome, good to see you in the chat as well. We're going to play it with a couple of little songs. Actually, yeah, this video, then one song. This is a collection of photos from Antarctica. Check it out. 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes. And that clip is not working. Okay, weird. Oh, here we go. One of our favorites.
Hello, I'm Bill Gates.
Fertility rate is actually shrinking.
Slowest growth of the American population since the 1930s.
The lowest rate of population growth since the nation's founding. Fertility rate dropped by nearly 60%. If this trend continues, sperm counts could reach 0.
In the Queen's English.
In 2020, the birth rate dropped to its lowest level.
The population growth rate coming down quite a bit.
Will women just keep overpopulating the world?
The faster family size goes down and keeping children alive, would that create more of a population problem?
Throw in a pandemic, people are less likely to have babies in uncertain financial times.
For the first time in human history, we will be deliberately culling ourselves by having fewer babies than we need to reproduce.
Europe is basically losing people every year.
Sponsored by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
It's now come way, way down.
Sterilization has become one of the most prominent means of birth control.
So even if they wanted to turn it around, they can't.
And why wouldn't they?
The shock of global population decline, and we're delighted.
Issues related to population, reproductive health.
There's also been a huge decline in teenage births. There are less unintentional births than ever before.
My dad was head of Planned Parenthood.
Humans across the globe are becoming increasingly less fertile as toxic chemicals accumulate in our bodies.
Next time, we're really going to have some good vaccines for the next pandemic.
Our family, we've always tried to keep love in the family. In this sense, it was more or less understood since childhood that children would never think of marrying outside the family, so that our
Okay, my computer is acting weird. One more song and we're going to sign off.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Thanks to everybody watching. And if you found Antarctica and you did find something beautiful there, say you found whatever there, you know, I don't know what you're going to find there, but would you keep it a secret? Because this clip is just bang on the money, and it's plus ultra society. It's a thing. It's not sea conspiracy theory. My head is mad. There's too many clips on here. Right, we're going to play out now, okay? Ciao for now. Love you all. Here we go. Still not even the right clip. Ciao.
Mr. Anderson, welcome back. We missed you.
I have his mojo.
Turn it up. This is the EKoM theme tune. I've got like 50 clips here. So anyway, yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. Ciao for now. It's bullshit.
No bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Bullshit! You sail some! It's all bullshit!
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
This planet is ours, witch.
someone in my office.
Tis the only thing stronger than fear.
Ciao for now. Love you all. Been a good show, apart from the end. Got a bit confused. Right. Yeah. Bye-bye. In Lakesh. Bye bye.